Hello everyone and welcome to English class. My name is Teacher Raées and today we are going to explore a wonderful thing called poetry. I'm sure many of you have a favorite poem and today we are going to learn how writers use imagery and poetic devices to create deeper meaning. This lesson is designed to make you think more meaningfully, but don't worry, I'll be there to guide you step by step. Before we start, let me show you our lesson objectives. By the end of today's class, you will be able to interpret imagery and identify key poetic devices. You will also be able to share your own interpretation of the poem's message using clear, natural English. So today is not just about getting you ready for your exams, it is about understanding, thinking, and expressing your ideas. This will help you develop both your critical thinking and communication skills. Great, let's get started. I'd like you all to look at this short video. As you watch, I want you to think about one thing. What feeling do you get from the video? Maybe the video makes you feel calm or sad or thoughtful. There are no right or wrong answers, just your personal feeling. Class, are we watching for details or for a feeling? A feeling, that's right. Great. Now that you have seen the video, turn to the person next to you and in pairs discuss and share your feeling. Use the sentence frame at the bottom. I feel because, for example, I feel calm because the leaves fall gently. Let's look at the poem we will study today. It is called Nothing Gold Can Stay, and it was written by the American poet Robert Frost. Before we analyze the lines, I'm going to read the whole poem out loud. As you listen, don't worry about understanding everything. Just focus on the images you see in your mind and the feeling the poem gives you. Listen carefully to both the sound and rhythm. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. Now, take a moment to read the poem yourself. Let your eyes move down the lines and notice anything that stands out to you. Please raise your hand and let's answer some questions. Is the poem about nature or a city? Nature, definitely. Does the poet talk about things that last forever or things that change? Things that change, definitely. How does the poem feel to you? What emotion does it give off? Yes, thoughtful, sad, reflective, all great insights. Wonderful, let's go through the poem. Today we will cover the first two lines. Let's look and read the first line together. 1, 2, 3. Nature's first green is gold. Now, let's think about the guiding questions. What is the first green? And why does the poet refer to the first green as gold? First green refers to the very beginning of nature, the first buds of spring, the first sign of life. The poet then says this first green is gold. This is not literal. This is a metaphor. The poet compares early growth to something precious and beautiful. A metaphor is when a writer says one thing is another to create special meaning. It does not mean the words are literal. It helps us imagine or understand an idea more deeply. An example might be, my friend is a rock, as in my friend is strong and not an actual rock. Or time is a thief, meaning time moves fast. So nature's first green is gold is a metaphor. The poet doesn't mean green has become real gold. He means early natural beauty is valuable, precious, and special. We also see the poet use something called a paradox. A paradox is a statement that looks impossible or contradictory at first, but when you think deeper, it expresses an important truth. The paradox here, first green is gold, is paradoxical because green and gold are different colors. It seems impossible. But the deeper truth is that early nature feels precious, rare, and golden even though it is green. Does that make sense? Great, let's move on. Now, let's look at line 2 and read it together. Her hardest hue to hold. That's great. Well done. In this line, the poet refers to nature as her. He gives nature a human quality, almost like she's a woman trying to hold onto a color. This is an example of personification. Personification. That means giving human traits to something that is not human. Another example of personification might be the flowers danced in the breeze, or the sun smiled down at us. These are human abilities now given to non-human elements. What is hue? Hue means color, especially a delicate shade or tone. Here, in the poem, the hue is the beautiful early color of nature, the fresh golden green color we saw in line 1. Why then is it the hardest to hold? The poet says this hue is the hardest to hold because this early beauty does not last long. It fades quickly. I want you all to listen to the stress pattern. Ready? Her hardest hue to hold. The repeated H sound creates a soft rhythm. That repeated H sound is called alliteration. 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 That's when a poet repeats initial consonants to create a sound effect. This is not rhyme, like cat, bat, mat. It is sound repetition. I'd like you now to work in pairs and answer this question. Why do you think the poet says the hue is hard to hold? I will give you 2 minutes for this exercise. Hands up, let me hear your answers. Yes. Nature tries to keep this beautiful early color, but she cannot. Okay. Anyone else? Beauty disappears quickly. Both are correct and great answers. You guys are doing fantastically. This continues the theme of fragile, temporary beauty. I think we will stop there for today. Thank you so much for listening and engaging with the poem. All of you gave thoughtful answers, and I really enjoyed hearing your interpretations. Until next time.